Manitoba Liquor Marts presents Great Tastes of Manitoba. Great Tastes is brought to you by foodManitoba.ca. Local farms, local foods.
Hello and welcome, and thank you very much for joining us. My name's Ace Burpee. This is Great Tastes of Manitoba. Today, here at our wonderful new headquarters, they're really nice, by the way, you should check it out. Manitoba Liquor Mart's Grant Park Education Center, joined by the dairy farmers of Manitoba, and Sarah Cahill is here, and we're going to bake. Dairy good baking, the theme of the show. And then while we cook, Sheila Nash, product expert from Manitoba Liquor Marts, is going to do some shopping and we'll have some drinks at the end, and it's going to be cool. So first we have to find out what exactly we're going to be tackling. Sarah, let us know.
All right, so we're all about baking breads today. We're going to be making some cheddar dill scones. We're also going to be making some monkey bread, as well as our final recipe, which will be some pumpkin spice pancakes.
In.
You're in.
All right, so Sheila, you've got to go off and try and pair these things. What would you like to know, if anything, before you head out?
Well, I'm thinking all sorts of things, but I got to be honest, I'm really curious about the pancakes. How are you planning on serving those?
The pancakes are served with a few pecans, but also some whipped cream. So it's kind of like a pumpkin pie takeoff, right? So we've got our pumpkin spice pancakes and whipped cream.
It could almost be like a dessert, like a really great dessert.
Okay, well that will certainly help with my pairings.
Perfect.
So happy cooking.
Looking forward to
good luck.
it.
All right, first off, we're going to start with cheddar dill scones. Scone or scone?
I would say scone, but what would you say?
Crew? Scone or scone?
Scone.
Scone.
There we go. Must be the Canadian way, right?
Then let's get scone.
Okay. First, we're going to start off by making some buttermilk.
Okay.
Basically, a lot of baked goods that are nice and light and fluffy do use buttermilk. And so it's not an ingredient we always tend to have in the fridge.
Right.
So if you don't have buttermilk in the fridge,
you can sort of create it, no?
That's right. We have a really quick cheat because we always usually have milk in the fridge. So we've got a cup of milk here because we're making 1 cup of buttermilk, or we're replacing 1 cup of buttermilk, to which we're going to add an acid. So I've chosen vinegar. You can also choose lemon juice or whatever you've got around. So we're just going to add our vinegar to our milk.
Then it sort of curdles it a bit.
That's right. It curdles it or sours it. And so we're just going to set it aside while I make the rest of our dough.
All right.
All right. So I've already added to our mixer some dry ingredients. So we've got some flour, sugar, baking powder and soda, as well as some salt. And then I've added some cool cubed butter. We then use the paddle to mix it around and make sure that the butter comes into some pea-sized shaped, dough.
Shapes.
Yeah, exactly, some pea-shaped.
Pea-sized shaped shapes is the word you're looking for.
That's
the official word.
That's the official word.
I love butter, by the way. Butter's good.
And you know what? Butter is what makes this particular baked good so delicious. So we've got our butter into our pea-sized shapes, and then we are going to add some of our additional ingredients, like our cheddar as well as our dill.
What do you go with? Because there's like mild cheddar, right, and all this. What do you go with?
When I bake and cook, I prefer a stronger cheddar.
Yeah, me too.
So like an old cheddar.
And it cuts through.
That's right. And so I've used some Bothwell old cheddar cheese here. It's nice and shredded, so it's simple and easy. And we're going to dump that in.
I had this job once. Well, it wasn't a job, but I got to be on the sampling panel for Bothwell for these 5 new flavors. It's one of the single greatest moments of my life. Like they're rolling out all these new flavors, and we had like a sampling panel. Thank you to Ivan and everyone at Bothwell. It was like a dream come true.
It's always really, really good cheese, and that's a really important part of when you're baking and cooking, is to use a good quality cheese. So we know that when we're using a Bothwell cheese, it's going to be a good quality, as well as a local Manitoba cheese.
For sure. Fresh
so you're
dill.
Out the dill. It's fresh dill. We're going to pop that into the
My parents
bowl as
grow
well.
lots of dill out in Cooks Creek. They have tons.
And
All of this?
All of it, absolutely. You know what? The dill and the cheddar is what gives this dish its great flavor. So I use about 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of dill, whatever your preference is. We're going to mix this up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we're going to add our buttermilk that we've created here. So we're going to slowly add it into the side to get our dough nice and wet. And so basically, with the fresh dill, you can buy it in the store. If you have leftover fresh dill, it's a great thing that you can actually freeze. So you can cut it up, dice it, throw it in the freezer, and pull it out whenever you want to make cheddar dill scones. Same thing if you're growing your own dill, you can mince it up and then you can freeze it really well.
This entire process, beginning to end, is going to take us like 10 minutes to have freshly baked scones. It's brilliant.
You do it a little bit at a time, right? So you freeze the dill in the fall, and then you pull it out in the winter time when you want to have a little taste of fall. Cheddar dill bread always reminds me of summer because, you know, you buy cheddar dill bread at the farmer's market or something.
It's
So
because
to
it's
me,
maybe one of the greatest smells in the history of the world. Is that why?
amazing, yes. We're gonna just put our dough together a
I
little
feel
bit.
the need to learn how to knead.
How to knead. Well, it is your lucky
different
day.
spellings.
You are going to learn how to knead. And
need to knead.
The kneading is an important part of this process because it helps to make our dough nice and fluffy. So there we go.
Okay.
Got it
Show
there.
me a proper knead.
Okay, so we've got our dough in a nice little ball. If it's a little bit sticky, we can add some flour.
Yeah,
to it.
my mom used to do
Yeah,
that.
totally. And so then basically, you're just gonna rock the bottom of your palms into the dough.
Yeah, you want to rock that thing.
Fold it in half.
That's right.
That's right. And
Come
then
on.
Go again. Did you want to give it a try?
I absolutely do.
Okay, you can flour your hands a little bit if you want to there.
Yeah, you always want it.
Yeah, because you don't want it to stick. There you go.
Right.
And then fold it back over, yeah. And then keep rocking on
There's
the
no
palms
way
of your
that's
hands.
not fun.
Yeah. And now you don't want to over knead, just about
No.
just 10 to 20 times max. And that way you're gonna get a nice light fluffy, not a dense scone.
You can be too needy, and this is probably enough right there.
It's perfect.
Okay.
And so what we do next, which I've already pre-done.
Oh, it smells good.
It does smell good. That's all that dill. We're going to make it into a disc, sort of about 9 inches in diameter.
Yep.
We're going to cut it into 12. So I'm just going to do it for us, if that's all right by you. So.
Hey, is this, do you have to use it? Like, do you need this one?
No, that's the finished one.
No, but can I eat it?
You can certainly eat it, absolutely. So we're going to cut it into 4 and then cut each quadrant into 3.
Very nice. And then it ends up looking like this. These are cheddar dill scones. Well done. Great start. Dairy good baking is the theme of the show. Dairy Farmers of Manitoba. We're going to return and make, I don't know what it is, but I know it sounds awesome. Monkey bread? It's coming up.